Thailand's location has endowed it with a varied ecosystem as well as a wide-ranging biodiversity. Its central plains are blessed by regular rains. Its highlands are sources for streams and rivers that feed naturally fertilizing algae, and its coastal areas are just as brimming with life. The nation's climate is temperate and tropical, with alternating dry and rainy seasons. Each region of the nation is distinct in its geography, and the country as a whole is conducive to the growth of many different plants, especially over 1,000 kinds of herbs that are highly medicinal and can be used as raw materials in the production of pharmaceuticals, as they have been through history with the application of Thai wisdom and now through development into modern medicine. Many Thai herbs are economic crops that are traded both across the country and exported in high volumes each year. In acknowledgement, the government has devoted support to businesses in the herbal industry, providing technical and practical guidance and a research assistance from the source of production through the supply chain to end users. The goal in supporting production of Thai herbs is enhancement of their capacity and standards, as well as their processing into commercial products that respond to domestic and international market demands. Development began with product champions Thai black ginger, Casamunar ginger, turmeric, centella, and green choretta in accordance with the first National Master Plan on Development of Thai Herbs for 2017 to 2021. Come get to know herbs so you can understand, believe, choose, and use Thai herbs.
จากการที่รัฐบาลมีแนวคิดเรื่องการส่งเสริมยุทธศาสตร์
As the government has decided to support Thai herbs under the Herb Master Plan of 2017 onward for another 20 years, we, as the Herb and Thai Traditional Medicine Development Division, have taken on its work plan for implementation. Our task is to look into the concepts and practices that will result in this master plan coming to fruition and sustainability. Our cooperation with the National Bureau of Agricultural Commodity and Food Standards, or ACFS, concerns standards for herbs and good farming of herbs according to the standards of ACFS. Towards this, we drafted a plan and declared it for use across the nation, governing planting and harvesting of Thai herbs. Another standard we have set concerns organic farming. One government policy is for seasonal herbal extracts, that they be processed and put to market and be able to be stored for use out of season. Seasons with high yields of herb crops should result in supplies that last into the off-season. A second policy is that herbal extracts be processed for use in various industrial applications, such as in the cosmetics industry, the nutritional supplements industry, the pharmaceutical industry, the animal industry, and others. For this, we joined with the Thai Industrial Standards Institute to establish standards, or TISIs. The 74th TISI Commission established the standards for herbs and essential oils. The next matter is research and development, including creating best manufacturing practices. Lastly, we are working with Alibaba to set up a website that is ready to sell standardized Thai products, which can be sold both domestically and internationally. Towards these ends, the government and the Department of Thai Traditional and Alternative Medicine are ready to support Thai herbs so that they may serve the nation's health needs and economy.
The create. Botanical features. A herbaceous plant living for only one season, reaching 30 to 70 centimeters in height. Its stem is square and covered in dark green branches. All parts are bitter. Its compound leaves are dark and lustrous and have a lanceolate shape. Its flowers grow in bushels between leaves, with each being small and white with secondary petals. The fruit of the plant is a cylindrical pod that is initially light green but matures to a brown color and then breaks open. Its many seeds are a light brown color. All parts of the plant can be used. Active substances. The create has 3 active herbal substances, all in the lactone group, including andrographolide, neoandrographolide, and 14-deoxyandrographolide. It also contains lactone derivatives. These substances reduce intestinal cramping, combat stomach bacteria, and treat coughs and throat soreness. Fresh or dry leaves as well as the plant stem can be used once reaching 3 to 5 months of maturity. Pharmaceutical applications. Digestive system. As effective at remedying diarrhea and acute diarrhea, bacterial infections of the digestive system, cholera, fever, and food poisoning as tetracycline. Air dry an entire plant of the create and boil for 1 day to consume, or take 2 to 3 capsules before 3 meals. The herb expels toxins in the digestive system and reduces irritation, stabilizing the intestines and normalizing bowel movements. Effective in remedying the symptoms of stomach ulcers from viral infections when 3 capsules are consumed 3 times a day. Respiratory system. Treats coughs and sore throat as well as reduces the symptoms of cold and flu, such as fever and tonsil inflammation. Use 1 fistful of leaves and stems, boiled to consume twice a day in the morning and evening, or when symptoms emerge. Powdered form can be used with honey and drunk. Capsules of 250 milligrams should be consumed 3 times a day before meals and before sleep for 3 to 5. Typhoid treatment. Consume 2 capsules of the create 3 times a day for 3 weeks and continue consumption once treated to improve recovery. The create will rid the lymph nodes and small intestine of typhoid, allowing the small intestine to begin normal function again. It will also help in the production of bile, improving digestion. Liver disease treatment. Consume 2 to 3 capsules of the create 3 times a day to treat liver disease and continue consumption once treated to improve recovery. Shingles treatment. Consume 2 to 3 capsules of the create 3 times a day for 3 weeks to completely remedy shingles and prevent a relapse. Diabetes treatment. Treat diabetes using the create's stem and ginger or galangal formed into pills. Diabetes wounds. The create is effective in dealing with inflammation resulting from diabetes due to its regulation of blood sugar. It can be applied to the wound or consumed. Hemorrhoid treatment. Consume 2 to 3 capsules of the create 3 times a day and before sleep to reduce bleeding and pain, as well as to return normal bowel functions. Disease. During the onset of a cold, when symptoms such as fever, runny nose, or stuffy nose begin to occur, the create can be used as an antibacterial to treat sore throat, inflamed tonsils, to expel mucus, and to treat coughing. Ground leaves into a powder and insufflate the cloud to allow the herb to combat bacteria and prevent respiratory ailments. The plant's bitterness also helps to enhance salivation and moisturizing of the esophagus. Consume 2 capsules of the Kriya 3 times a day for 3 weeks to treat typhoid fever. Effective against infections and the growth of bacteria that result in stomach aches, diarrhea, and stomach cramps, while also effective against intestinal inflammation and cholera as a milder alternative to tetracycline. Improves digestion and enhances production of bile while helping to treat hemorrhoids. Effective in reducing the constriction of smooth muscles and the uterus. Leaves can treat skin conditions such as abscesses and abscess scars, prevent bacterial infections that cause pus outbreaks. Consuming 2 to 3 capsules of the Kriya before 3 meals a day for 3 weeks can treat shingles and prevent a relapse. Adding the Kriya powder to water and applying the mixture to the scalp can remedy hair loss. Application. Boluses. The Kriya boluses are made by cleaning fresh leaves and air drying them without exposure to sunlight. The dried leaves are then ground into a powder and mixed with honey until they form beads the size of soybeans, approximately 250 milligrams. The beads are once again air dried and can be consumed before a meal or before sleep at up to 4 to 10 beads at a time, 3 to 4 times a day. Capsules. The powder intended for boluses can be packaged into capsules to circumvent their bitterness and ease consumption. Each capsule should be 250 milligrams and can be consumed 3 to 4 capsules at a time, 3 to 4 times a day. Insufflation Powder. Place a fine powder form of the Kriya in a bottle, close and shake well before opening to insufflate the emerging cloud. Particulates of the remedy will activate in the throat to clear mucus and alleviate a sore throat and mucus buildup. The powder is also inhaled through the nose, giving a clearing sensation. Regular insufflation is possible, but patients should stop if they feel nauseous. They may continue once the feeling subsides. Fermented Beverage. Add the Kriya powder to 40 proof alcohol. Consumable alcohol or ethyl alcohol yields best results, only just covering the powder. Seal the bottle and let stand for 7 days, shaking the bottle once a day. Filter the concoction and consume 1 to 2 tablespoons of the liquid before meals. Cautions. Pregnant women, patients of low blood pressure, individuals with a history of rheumatic heart disease, individuals with a sore throat, individuals with a history of kidney inflammation from streptococcus, individuals suffering from severe bacterial reaction and are experiencing high fever, shivering, and pus in the throat are warned against using the Kriya. Side effects. Use that results in stomach aches, diarrhea, hip pain, or dizziness is an indication of allergy to the Kriya, and the user should stop immediately. Mild allergies may only require a reduction in dosage as appropriate. Consecutive use of up to 3 days without improvement in condition or a worsening of the condition should prompt stoppage and the seeking of advice from a physician. The Kriya should not be consumed for over a week as it may cause fatigue, especially in the arms and legs, as well as lead to bloating, blurred vision, and numbness in the extremities. Research has not found any fatal danger in usage or long-term impacts. Traditional Thai medicine manuscripts define the create as a cooling agent that can bring balance to the body, helping it to overcome fever. If the user requires the create for over a week, however, it should be consumed with ginseng to offset its effects, and dosages should be monitored. For best effect, the create should be consumed within the first 3 days that a cold or fever is detected.
Source development means giving importance to the planting of herbs, from the selection of species to finding appropriate locations for their cultivation to emphasizing organic farming methods. It also means supporting farmers in entrepreneurial groups across the country and the Forest Industry Organization, or FIO, under the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment in its administration of economic forests used as sources for quality herb cultivation. Up to 3,600 rai of land across the country has been devoted to the economic forest program from the FIO's over 11,532 rai of administrated land. The Forest Industry Organization, or FIO, is working with the Ministry of Public Health on behalf of the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment to enter forest lands into the Herb Forest Development Project. One aspect that must be considered for herbs intended for consumption is that they must be chemical-free. The FIO's forest lands, which have received certification by the Forest Stewardship Council, or FSC, are obligated to be managed without the use of chemicals in line with international guidelines maintained by the FSC. Since receiving funding and implementing such practices in July 2017, we have seen very satisfactory results with those farmers working with us in agroforestry farming, all benefiting and receiving compensation for their participation. In 2018, we have expanded the types of herbs we are growing from an initial 3 to a variety of herbs, giving our farmers more opportunities for income. The FIO is to commit 600 rai of land to each year of this program, which is running for 5 years in total under the Herb Master Plan. There are several agricultural evaluation and certification agencies: the Forest Stewardship Council, or FSC, the National Bureau of Agricultural Commodity and Food Standards, or ACFS, Good Agriculture Practices, or GAP, standards set by the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives. Organic Thailand, a brand under the Department of Agriculture, I'm Prajak Sa Thong Un. In this area, we mostly grow the create, which we normally harvest within 6 months. Harvesting takes place normally between 4 and 6 months of growth. The most appropriate time to harvest the create is around when they have flowered about 50%. That is when they will be of most medicinal value. However, at present, the market is more fixated on the appearance of the plant, with most buyers looking for plants that are younger than would be best. Most want to buy the plants that have not yet flowered at all because they are more abundant in leaves. The medicinal value of plants at this stage is less than when they have flowered by 50%. After harvesting, the plants are put through a grinding process, with some households using an electric millstone and some using millstones attached to benzene engines. The ground plants are then sun-dried. If the sun is strong enough, it only takes a day. More mature Kriat plants, say 6 months and up, are sold to animal feed factories so that they can be mixed into animal feed and used as medicine for animals. Younger plants that are still very leafy and are full of medicinal properties are sold to be processed into treatments for humans. Thai Herbal Products Company Limited, which is a state enterprise under the government pharmaceutical organization, buys Kriat directly from us. Nowadays, the price of Kriat is in a good range and the market is quite healthy. Government acknowledgement of the value and importance of Kriat is likely the reason why its price has risen. Acceptance of herbal qualities and an abundance of research by various institutions have prompted the business sector to develop an array of herbal products and put them to market. To ensure confidence among both consumers and producers in herbal products, several agencies now certify such products. Thailand Institute of Scientific and Technological Research, the Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, Good Manufacturing Practice, or GMP, and Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Point, or HACCP, and Thai Industrial Standards Institute, or GMP.
Why we chose the Kriat for development and extraction was because we found that the active substances, or medicinal substances, in the Kriat are not uniform. That is to say, that when consuming all 4 capsules of the Kriat, some patients may receive sufficient medicinal substance to treat their illness, while some patients may encounter batches in which consumption of all 4 capsules is insufficient to reduce their symptoms. What we are seeking is how to ensure that each capsule has a uniform amount of medicinal substance. That is, standardization of the Kriat capsules.
I'm sure everyone has heard the Thai saying, sweet is suffering, bitter is beneficial. The Kriat is very bitter and thus very medicinal. It is able to act as an antibacterial and antiviral in cases of the cold or flu, and also reduces fever and diarrhea. There are actually more international studies into the Kriat than have been conducted in Thailand. The global pharmaceutical community has a very real interest in Thai herbal remedies, and such studies have found that the Kriat has a variety of medicinal properties. Here at Khao La'aw Laboratories, we began extracting substances from the Kriat some 20 years ago, and we were the first Thai company to successfully patent an extract from the Kriat. At present, several foreign companies have begun work on securing authorization to import and sell remedies using the Kriat, but we have been selling such products for some time now. In modern medicine, there is the concept of rational drug use. We have found that antibiotics, which combat bacteria, or what many people like to refer to as anti-inflammatories, are easily purchased in pharmacies and even prescribed by doctors in hospitals, despite the patient suffering from a viral infection that they could overcome on their own without the need for such drugs. When we use antibiotics, we are actually fostering drug-resistant bacteria that persist against drug treatments. Now imagine in the future, all bacteria are resistant to the drugs we have. What will we use when we fall ill? This was the reason for our campaign promoting awareness on what to prescribe to patients instead of antibiotics in cases of virus-induced sore throat or fever, or even possibly mild diarrhea unrelated to bacteria. We have presented the Kriat to pharmacies and hospitals to reduce unnecessary prescriptions. This helps not only to avoid drug resistance in bacteria, it also reduces costs borne from having to import foreign drugs. Today, the create has been included on the national list of essential medicines, and all patients with access to public health schemes are entitled to receive it.
Presently, people are much more interested in their health, which is welcome. And at the same time, people receive a large amount of information. Many have discovered that the use of natural remedies are better for their health. A government policy the Prime Minister has taken seriously is that of utilizing herbs in the public health system, as well as promoting the use of domestically grown herbs. Due to this, the Thai herb market is sure to grow. From its usual 15% expansion each year, I believe growth will accelerate to as high as 20% each year. What is important, however, is that once the market expands, there will be those seeking to take advantage by putting out subpar quality products. Nonetheless, greater usage of herbs will bolster domestic circulation, with farmers to see better income. This will be better than using mainstream medications, which channel revenue out of the country. Overall, use of herbs will be positive and should be supported by the public so that the market may grow.
There are also international agencies helping to certify organic farming processes for global acceptance, such as the International Federation of Organic Agriculture Movements, or IFOAM. The validation helps to build confidence in herbal products for consumers and the producers who need the herbs in their products to be of a high quality and accepted for wide distribution and inclusion in each year's many exhibitions and retail fairs. Meetings and seminars are also held to elevate knowledge on herbs to new standards in step with the 4.0 era economy. Similarly, there are agencies providing data, academics providing guidance, marketplaces for herbs and extracts, production facilities, and both offline and electronic markets.